Hey guys, today on People Now, Viola Davis opens up about motherhood and tough lessons learned while growing up is all in this week's People Cover story.
How Prince William hopes a new app will fight cyberbullying.
Actress Hyland reveals how her health prevented her from being physical with fiancé Wells Adams at the beginning of their relationship.
I would be lying if I said I'm fine.
3 new songs from Celine Dion.
Plus,
I do actually like it.
yeah,
A cookie duster.
the hilarious Billy Gardell and his co-star Boehlke Olowofoyeku get us pumped for their new comedy series.
It's all live today on People Now. Let's go.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to People Now. Great to see you. Guys, halfway through the week, how are we feeling? Good?
Really good.
Pretty excited,
Yeah.
and we're feeling kind of hungry for the weekend. Maybe we're just hungry also because today is National Cheeseburger Day, everyone. Turns out.
Cool, Jeremy.
Look at that. Okay, best part of a cheeseburger, obviously the cheese. We want to tap
Yes.
into that today.
So we want to know, what type of cheese is your favorite to put on a burger? Is it the classic American cheese? Is it cheddar? Maybe some creamy mozzarella? Maybe you prefer Swiss.
Could that look any more
It
appetizing?
is looking real good.
So
Vote in our
hungry.
People poll if your favorite didn't make our list. Tweet us with the hashtag PeopleNow. I'm going to go with Swiss cheese. That's my favorite.
Pepper jack. Some spice,
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit.
good.
We'll check in on all your results in a bit, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. Prince William is showing his support to a new initiative that encourages young people to avoid online bullying. BBC just launched the new Own It app, which recognizes if a child is typing something that could be upsetting to the person who receives it and prompts them to rethink what they're about to send. Prince William said in a statement, "It is fantastic the BBC has launched an app which will provide support to young people as they navigate the online world. The app features a special keyboard that allows children to record how they're feeling, offering support and giving advice if their behavior raises any red flags. Own It also focuses on promoting a healthy amount of screen time. The child's phone activity is not shared with parents, providing a safe space where they don't feel like they're being monitored." The app was developed with input and support from many of the organizations and individuals that make up Prince William's cyberbullying task force. Williams set up the task force to tackle bullying issues online, especially now that he's a parent to Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. In a speech, Williams said that he and Kate Middleton have grappled with this topic, adding, "We felt a distinct absence of guidance. Should we read our children's messages? Should we allow them to have phones and tablets in their rooms? Who do we report bullying to? We were making up the rules as we went along." Hopefully this new app, of course, will bring him and Kate some peace of mind. I want to check it out. I'll just tell you, I'm going to check my kids' everything.
I would not want you as a dad.
I'm telling you.
I feel like you're going to be in on all
Spy
of their
dad.
business.
Just like, oh, they're out there. What's that password?
Yeah, get the app.
I'm nervous. All right, let's move on to this. In this week's People Cover story, Viola Davis is looking back at her early years, opening up about surviving childhood poverty, what she's learned about love, and the lessons that she's hoping to teach her daughter, Genesis. The actress says as a kid, she realized she and her family were poor, but she made her way through it, explaining, quote, "You either hope or you don't." According to Viola, she spent too much time listening to naysayers growing up and says her advice to her 13-year-old self would be that she was enough. She adds, "I just wish I had listened to the other voices of people saying that I was beautiful and talented. I wish I had pranced through the world with just hoity-toity confidence and over-exuberance." I love how she put that. Viola was just named the new face of L'Oreal Paris, but admits she had a hard time understanding her beauty as a child. Take a look at this.
When I thought of beauty and femininity, when I was a young girl, scrappy girl growing up in Central Falls, Rhode Island, I didn't associate it with myself.
These days, the Oscar, Tony, and Emmy winner is constantly grateful for her good fortune and her success. But in 2011, she took on the most rewarding role of her life when she and her husband, Julius Tennant, adopted their daughter, Genesis. Genesis is 8 years old now, and Viola revealed to us what kind of mother she is. Watch.
I have the courage to tell her that she's gonna make some big old bonker mistakes and that mommy is just not gonna have the answers, and sometimes you're not either. I'm the mom who says you're good enough wherever you are, but there's gonna be times when you don't feel good enough. I'm not the mom that's gonna just tell her a bunch of lies about life because I want her to be the best woman in the room.
For more on Viola Davis talking life, family, and career, pick up the new issue of People. It's out this Friday. Sarah Hyland may be living with a health condition, but that is not stopping her from living her best life. The actress opens up about living with kidney dysplasia, a condition in which the kidneys don't fully develop in the womb. It's all in this week's issue of People. She also opens up about finding love in a non-traditional way and closing out the modern family era of her life. Sarah and fiance Wells Adams began dating in September of 2017, just days before Hyland had to undergo her second kidney transplant, which complicated things a little for her. Watch this.
Wells and I had 2 dates before the surgery, and then I was just on massive amounts of painkillers in the hospital, FaceTiming him at all hours of the day and night. And he still liked me after that somehow. So it definitely brought us closer together, and it forced us to have a relationship that was very serious from the start, but also completely not normal because we were not allowed to do certain things. Just health-wise, you know, surgery, can't really do it. So I think that really had us bond on an emotional, intellectual level faster because we weren't able to really have that physical part of the relationship like you normally have in the beginning. So we actually became an official couple before we even were that physical. So it was a first for me. Sorry, Mom.
Love hearing her story and how it all kind of played out. Sarah and Wells got engaged while on vacation in Fiji this July, so Hyland has been brushing up on all things wedding planning. Take a look.
I bought a lot of wedding magazines and started to just like cut out stuff that I like visually and like make vision boards and stuff. I just, I don't want to get down to like exactly like this dress or this tablecloth. But I think what I'm learning the most about all of these wedding magazines are exactly that you have to pick out a tablecloth. Like I did never really think about that.
Oh yeah, so many details to stress out about. Get ready. On top of planning a wedding, Sarah is also preparing to say goodbye to Modern Family. It's the end of an era for sure. Hyland took some time to reflect on what she will miss the most and what she's looking forward to after the series wraps for the final time.
I will probably miss the people the most from Modern. Our crew is amazing. And, you know, of course, I love our cast. They're very special people. But after this is done, I will be turning 30. I started playing Haley when I was 18. So it's really all of my 20s that have been spent in the Dunphy house. And I'm very excited to be able to go out and branch out and do other things.
And the 11th and final season of Modern Family premieres September 25th on ABC. Now listen to this.
I would be lying if I said I'm fine.
Here we go. Celine Dion just dropped 3 new songs for her upcoming album, Courage. We cannot get enough of these. The lead single, Imperfections, examines the lens of self-criticism, while Lying Down challenges everyone to change their mindset and move forward after a toxic relationship. We heard the title track, Courage, off the top there. It's an anthem for strength and fierceness in the face of a new challenge. On top of all the new music, the 51-year-old superstar announced on Wednesday morning that her upcoming 12th English language studio album, Courage, will be released on November 15th. And in an interview with Today, Dion explained the meaning behind the album's name. She said it represents losing her husband and manager, Renee Angelil, and then to, quote, find the strength to keep going after. Angelil passed away 3 years ago in January of 2016, so this marks her first English album without him by her side. The couple have 3 children together, 18-year-old Renee Charles and 8-year-old twins Nelson and Eddie. An emotional Dion told Today that she's still not ready to date, but admits that she misses the presence of a partner. Watch.
I'm very lucky and happy to have so many people in my surrounding to make me laugh, but I miss to be touched. I miss to be hugged. I missed to be told, you're beautiful.
She's so honest and really just open with her process. Dion kicks off her Courage tour in Quebec City tonight. She'll make stops in over 50 cities across Canada and the United States before bringing it to a close in April of 2020. Now watch this.
We wouldn't joke around about the brain tumor if there was any possibility of things going wrong. You know, it's like we've made it through the woods.
Jeannie and Jim Gaffigan continue to thrive after the mom of 5 had a life-changing health crisis that changed her outlook on life and taught her to never take love or life for granted.
In the latest issue of People, the couple gets real about how a terrifying tumor in Jeannie's brainstem threatened everything they hold dear. It's also the subject of her new book. Their life-changing journey began when Jeannie was faced with pounding headaches and dizzy spells while taking their 5 kids back and forth to school and other activities.
She connected her pain to just being a busy mom. It wasn't until she lost her hearing in her left ear and was referred to an ENT specialist that she became at all concerned about what was happening. A few weeks later, an MRI revealed that Jeannie had a 6-centimeter mass the size of a pear on her brainstem.
Surgery eventually removed the tumor, which was benign, but it was quickly discovered Jeannie had suffered nerve damage, leaving her unable to swallow anything, including water. She also contracted bilateral pneumonia.
The doctor told the couple it was very concerning, and Jim says that was the day that he was most frightened, saying it was definitely a period where I was like, all right, I'm probably going to be a single father of 5.
So scary. While Jeannie remained in the hospital, Jim really took on caring for their children, who the couple decided to be upfront with about their mom's medical diagnosis. Jeannie says the couple had assured the kids that everything was going to be okay, saying we really didn't know what would happen, but we needed to present it to them in a positive light to give them hope.
In July of 2018, I sat down with both Jim and Jeannie a little over a year after their journey with Jeannie's brain tumor began. They explained how the family dynamic had changed because of her health crisis. Take a look.
Suddenly we're thrust into this situation where I was like immobile for months, and he, postponed his shows and became the caregiver to me. So that was a very unique situation that happens. It doesn't happen to everyone, where you're completely having a role reversal.
Look, being a caregiver, which everyone who's watching this has at some point in their life had the caregiving role. It is, it's an honor, and it's something that you cherish, but it's incredibly exhausting.
Even though Jim doesn't know how to work the laundry machine or where things are, he is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. And so as a caregiver, he used his humor and his ability to sort of elevate the experience for me.
I think I knew that she was the strongest person I know. I knew that she was a tank, but I think that there's a resilience that is, it numbs you to like the consequences she went through. So like her resilience, even in our first meeting with the brain surgeon, he was like, he would look at the imagery and he'd be like, how are you walking around like right now?
Jim also tells People that he had no doubt Jeannie would pull through, saying of his wife, this is also the person that delivered a baby and then an hour later made breakfast for everyone. So she's very strong.
Yeah, now Jeannie is opening up about her ordeal in a new book. It's called When Life Gives You Pears, and tells People that what she's most grateful for after all of this is actually her brain tumor. She says, if it had not been for this thing that almost killed me, I would not be able to appreciate every breath I take and every drop of water I swallow, or the incredible support system I have with my community, friends, and family. I would not have known that being away from my kids would be so heartbreaking, and now my heart explodes when I'm with them.
She also, of course, says she's thankful for Jim, adding, I'm grateful that I understand why God gave me the most generous, loving, fantastic, and funniest husband in the world.
I love hearing from them. Mm-hmm. That journey has been such a struggle, and he's one of the only people who could make it really funny.
Oh, yeah.
And the two of them together.
She also has a great sense of humor about it, and you can tell that they are rock solid. Yeah. I mean, this can't shake them, so really, I don't think anything can.
Yeah, we wish them all the best. Yes. Andrea, you've got more for us in Star Trek.
Yes, we are kicking off Star Trek today with a possible new marriage. Is Jennifer Lawrence married? J-Law and her fiance, or maybe a new husband, Cooke Maroney, were photographed outside of the Manhattan Marriage Bureau in New York City on Monday. The Oscar-winning actress was spotted holding what appeared to be a document in her hands. Maybe their marriage license. Are we reaching here? Maybe we are. I don't know. We're getting excited. The couple have been linked since June of 2018 and were engaged in February. A source told People this summer that the art gallery owner is an ideal mate for Jennifer. And even though she's kept her relationship pretty low-key, she gushed about her love on Kat Sadler's podcast, calling Cooke the greatest human being she's ever met, adding he really is, and he gets better. And for how she knew she wanted to marry Cooke, J-Law said, quote, I started with the basics. How do I feel? Is he nice? Is he kind? It's just, this is the one. I know that sounds really stupid, but he's I feel very honored to become a Maroney. That's her quote. So if they did pick up their license, it could mean that we will see a wedding very soon. Maybe, maybe not. It's very exciting. All right, on to this. Katy Perry and Taylor Swift had their fans in mind when they reconciled earlier this year. On a new episode of Ellen, Katy explained that the pop star's years-long rocky relationship was just a misunderstanding and that they decided to finally put the feud to rest in order to set an example for their younger fans.
It was actually just a misunderstanding, but you know, we have such big groups of people that like to follow us, and so they kind of started turning against each other a little bit too, and it was really unfortunate, but we made amends, and I'm all about redemption and forgiveness and for setting an example for those younger people that it can be cool to you know, ask for forgiveness and like confront someone that you may have an issue with or a problem with and talk it out.
I love that they got back together and are friends now. Taylor and Katy publicly ended their feud when they co-starred in Taylor's music video for You Need to Calm Down in June. And according to Katy, the path to patching things up all started when she sent a literal olive branch to T Swift's Reputation tour.
I sent a literal olive branch to her tour. Right. And when she started her Reputation tour, and then we started seeing each other out and about, and I just would walk up to her and say, hey, how are you? And I was just, it's like we have so much in common. There's probably only 10 people in the world that have the same things in common. I was like, we should, you know, we should really be friends over that and share like our strengths and our weaknesses and our challenges, you know? We can help each other get through a lot because it's not as easy as it seems sometimes.
Taylor shared a similar sentiment about the makeup, telling BBC Radio 1 in June that she and Katy had, quote, grown past allowing ourselves to be pitted against each other. I love the girl power here. The Lover singer also revealed that she and Katy had been on good terms for a while, but wanted to make sure they were solid before announcing their reconciliation to fans. Makes sense? In a recent interview, Katy said she'd be open to a musical collaboration between her and Taylor, calling the pop star really intelligent. Would you be interested in a Taylor-Katy collab? I definitely would be, so let us know using the hashtag #PeopleNow. Well, Zooey Deschanel and Jonathan Scott's romance is continuing to blossom, and apparently it all began with their shared love of music. A source tells People that the new couple formed a close bond due to their similar interests, adding, he makes her laugh and he's so sweet to her, he's very close to his family and loves children. Their new relationship comes after news that Zooey split from her husband, Jacob Pashnik, earlier this month after 4 years together. But the source says the 39-year-old actress is really happy and in a good place now that she's dating the 41-year-old property brother. Jonathan lives in Las Vegas, so the source says they've seen each other in LA, but he has yet to meet her 2 kids, 4-year-old Elsie and 2-year-old Charlie. Taking things slow, really smart. Zooey and Jonathan's relationship first sparked after their carpool karaoke appearance, which they filmed with both of their siblings, actress Emily Deschanel and Drew Scott. So after the show, the group of 4 kept the party going by doing karaoke together in LA.
Love that.
Can't stop, won't stop. A source previously told People that Jonathan's great sense of humor helped draw in Zooey during their time on the James Corden show, explaining they were all talented and spontaneous. They had a really fun time shooting the show. They became friends after, then started talking as friends, and realized there was more to it. It's still a very new relationship. That's what the source says. Now, according to the source as well, Zooey and Jacob had been separated for several months before they announced their split on September 6th. And just a week after the announcement, Zooey and Jonathan were spotted walking hand in hand together in LA, arriving at a restaurant. I am kind of surprised at this new relationship, but I'm all in.
I am floored by it when I first heard it. It just came out of nowhere for me.
Just because he's, you know, this HGTV star, she's a well-known actress. I don't know. I guess I didn't think their paths would cross like that.
But let's say this too. You and I both have encountered them at events. They've been in here.
Yeah.
He is such a great guy, and he seems like he would be such a really good partner.
The thing that's most surprising to me is I didn't know he had his own music. So he's dropped some singles with his brother. So check that out on YouTube.
All right.
Those are your Star Tracks for today.
Guys, stay with us. Former Bachelor Ari Leyendijk Jr. just revealed a surprising use for his wife Lauren's breast milk. Get ready for your life to change. Plus, we're catching up with the stars of CBS's new comedy, Bob Hart's Abishola. What's the show all about, and what do their families think? It is all coming up. Stick around.
All right, in honor of National Cheeseburger Day, we've been asking you what type of cheese is your favorite to put on your burger. Let's take a look.
I have no guess.
I feel like it's going to be cheddar. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I would have said American. Okay.
Wow, Swiss not doing too well. Swiss is my favorite.
Well, mozzarella is doing the worst, which to me seems the most risky. Why do we not put pepper jack on that is the real question. Can you guys hashtag it and send it in? Let's get a pepper jack thing
underrated
going.
here.
Keep voting, everybody. But for now, we move on to this.
Silicon Valley star Thomas Middleditch is sharing the unexpected way that he and his wife, Molly Gates, make their marriage work, and that is swinging. Woo. Thomas revealed the news during an interview with Playboy, explaining that it helps save their relationship.
So here we go. The Emmy-nominated actor shared that he and Molly decided to have an open marriage after they tied the knot. The pair wed in 2015. He recalls telling her, "Only after I got married was I like, Molly, I'm sorry, but we have to get non-traditional here." And he added, to her credit, instead of saying, bleep you, I'm out, she was like, let's figure this out. And I gotta tell you, that conversation had to be the moment of truth.
I mean,
right?
I would have wanted to know that before the marriage, but to each their own. They're
that's
working
a lot.
through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas told Playboy that swinging saved their marriage, but added that the decision has caused tension between the two. He tells the outlet, "We have different speeds and we argue over it constantly, but it's better than feeling unheard and alone and that you have to scurry in the shadows. By the way, it's not called being part of the lifestyle. The term swinging is old," that's what he says.
Yeah, so while this whole thing is something that Thomas credits to having marital success, the idea isn't something that he's always been interested in. He tells Playboy in part, "I self-deprecatingly call myself a pervert, but that's not what it is. I just like it. I'm sexual. I'd always thought I was a romantic, and that when I fall in love, that stuff fades away." That was his quote.
So the question is, what are Thomas and Molly's rules? Well, he reveals, "Molly and I have created our own rules, and compared to most of the people we've met who do this kind of bleep, our rules are strict," adding that he and Gates are in constant communication. When it becomes too much, they check in with each other. I imagine that's very important. Thomas added that the relationship has also inspired him to share their story on the big screen, revealing this is the premise for a comedy series that we're writing together.
I think there's a lot of material here, and honestly, he's such a funny guy. Like this will be very funny.
Put it into your art.
If there's ever been a scenario in a relationship that requires a lot of communication, this seems to be it, right?
Yes.
Very open communication. All right, swinging may not be as uncommon as some think. It turns out, just maybe less talked about. In 2016, Oscar-winning actress Monique opened up on her podcast about her and her husband, Sidney Hicks' open marriage. She revealed that it was her idea. She said, "Initially, when I asked for it, it was because I wanted to continue to see the gentleman that I was seeing, and I felt comfortable telling my best friend. So when I sat down and said, this is what I want, initially it was because I wanted to still have sex with who I was seeing, and I didn't want it to be where I was keeping anything from my best friend. That's how it initially started, and when I tell you the conversations that we've had, it has taken me to a different place where I'm not even thinking of another man sexually, but still open to it."
Well, learning how couples make it work.
To each their own for sure, because I couldn't do it.
I don't think I could either, especially if I found out after the marriage happened that this is what my partner wanted.
Like, here's a big
But they're making it work. All right, on to this. Jeff Lewis and his ex-partner, Gage Edward, are looking for a new preschool for their daughter, Monroe Christine. So on Tuesday's episode of his Sirius XM radio show, Jeff Lewis Live, Jeff revealed that over the weekend, his daughter had been expelled from the prestigious Montessori preschool she had been attending. A rep for the school did not immediately respond to people's request for comment, but according to the Flipping Out alum, the decision was made by administrators at the elite institution after they received complaints about negative comments that Jeff had made about the school on his radio show.
All right, so follow along here. Those included criticisms that Jeff has lobbied about a recent back-to-school night for parents. Jeff had also read 2 internal emails from parents and mocked them without using their full names. Jeff later apologized, saying, "Apparently I've mentioned a few things about the school on air. I take full responsibility. I'm really, really sorry. I feel terrible about what happened. I know how it has affected Monroe. I will never do this again."
Yeah, Jeff said he got the call about the expulsion on Friday, but didn't speak to the headmistress for the school until the next day. He claimed he appealed to her, apologizing and asking for a second chance. The school was apparently unwavering in their decision. Jeff revealed the conversation lasted 20 minutes and that he groveled, and then when he realized there was no hope, it got a bit contentious. And he added, quote, "They're tougher than Sirius," noting how he had been disciplined by the streaming radio company's HR department in the past. And he joked that Sirius at least gave him warnings.
So it felt like it was kind of it seemingly felt like it was a pretty harsh.
Yeah, I feel bad that it's taken out on the kid.
Yeah, so Jeff and the headmistress butting heads, apparently. The headmistress telling Jeff that he had bullied 2 of my mothers, as she put it, on air, an accusation that Jeff denied. I said, "Are you kidding me? Bullied? I read 2 emails. I didn't say somebody was fat. All I did was read 2 emails." That's how he kind of reacted to it. Defamatory jokes had also been made by Lewis on his Sirius XM show about one of the mothers looking like a woman who would go to a key party. All right. The headmistress told Jeff that while she only received one complaint and that it was not from either of the individuals he mentioned on air, she was expecting their call any day.
So this isn't the first time Jeff has gotten in trouble with things he said on his show. He's previously been slammed by Bravo execs for spilling secrets about their talent on the radio, was even dumped by a guy he was dating just 3 days after opening up about their budding romance on the show. You gotta be careful. In the end, Jeff said on Tuesday, this experience has taught him that the Montessori wasn't the right fit for Monroe anyway, saying he felt like the school was too regimented and too structured.
As for Monroe, Jeff said that she would be fine and that he and his ex would be looking for a new school for her. He admits it won't be easy, adding schools already in session. All the seats are full. There's a waiting list for next year. I feel you on that. That is a process. And while they searched, Jeff did say that the expulsion left Gage none too happy, saying he called him delusional. The former couple only recently came to a temporary custody agreement with his former partner of 10 years, from whom he split from in January. Jeff adds, "It's not Monroe I'm worried about, it's Gage." There's a lot to that, and you can check it all out on people.com, but it sounds like just a really tough situation that unfortunately kids involved in.
I know. I think just maybe what you take away here is don't talk about the schools on air, so Jeremy, keep it.
Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about my kid's school. Perfect.
All right, moving on to this.
All right, guys, look. It's almost completely gone, which is wild, so it worked.
All right, get ready for this story. Is breast milk a cure for Pinkeye? Well, according to Ari Lyndon Jr., it is. Now, Ari is the latest celebrity to praise the power of breast milk. The former bachelor used the home remedy to cure redness in his eye. If you don't believe it, he documented the entire process on Instagram Monday night for his followers.
In a video on his Instagram stories, he started by explaining the subject was a bit sensitive. He says, "I don't know if I have pink eye, but my eye is red." He then adds that his wife, Lauren Burnham, who gave birth to their daughter, Alessi, 4 months ago, told him that breast milk is a remedy for that. And to his surprise, he looked online, and that's exactly what he found.
Yeah, while a quick Google search on the subject does result in plenty of parenting blogs suggesting it as a home cure for babies and children, the American Academy of Ophthalmology says there's no science that supports using breast milk for pink eye. It could be more harmful than helpful. Nonetheless, Ari carried on with the experiment because he's, quote, all about the home remedies.
Ari and Lauren swapped phones so she could record and begin the experiment. In the video, you can see her pouring the breast milk into his eye. But despite her best efforts, Lauren spills the milk all over his face and pokes him in the eye with the spoon.
Oh, no.
They both break down and laughter before finishing the video saying, quote, "That's all for tonight, folks. We are weird." On Tuesday morning, Ari posted an update to his Instagram following that breast milk saga. He says, "All right, guys, look, it's almost completely gone." Then he brings the camera closer to his eye, which definitely appears less red. Did he sleep it off?
Yeah, I know.
Was it the milk? We don't know.
Well, Ari isn't the first celeb to use breast milk as a cure-all home remedy. Last year, Gisele Bündchen told people she found breast milk to be a magical thing. So she said, if they had something in their eyes, I'd put milk in their eyes. I'm talking about her kids. Before their flight, I would get a dropper and put milk up their nose to ward off the bacteria on the plane. She even added that she froze a bunch of it after she stopped breastfeeding. She admitted that she was a, quote, crazy person, but she felt like it was a gift. Have you ever tried that, Jeremy?
I tasted my wife's breast milk. They pump it and then it's in the bottle, and you would taste it to see if is it warm.
Okay. But that's not using it for pink eye.
All right, now watch this.
If you like, I can tell your family you're sleeping and to come back in the morning.
Oh, that'd be great. Thanks, Abby.
Abishola.
Abishola, sorry. You can call me Bob.
Good night, Bob. What now?
Well, I never liked the sound of my name, but when you say it, it sounds nice. Bob. Say it again.
Good night, Bob.
Oh, yeah, it's way better than Bob.
It's a lot better than Bab. Bob Hart's Abishola is a new CBS comedy starring Billy Gardell as a Detroit sock salesman.
Yeah, he falls for a Nigerian nurse named Abishola, played by actress Falake Olawofo-Yeku. And I sat down with Billy and Falake, where they shared the true essence of the series. Take a look.
It's a story that is, at its core, based on love and kindness and open-heartedness and open-mindedness without beating you over the head about it. It's an example of kindness and the fact that love can pop up anywhere, and I'm very proud of it. It's what we need right now. I think we're thirsty as a country for acts of kindness, and I think this show delivers that. I really do.
So Billy also shared that in addition to the wonderful story, his character has a great sense of style, and of course, that mustache is killer.
Right, but is Falake's character Abishola a fan of the stash? Well, watch.
She is. Yeah. You know, well, we don't
Watch. You should watch. The answer is coming.
The answer is yes. How about you as a person? Are you personally a fan?
I actually like it.
Thank you.
I do actually like it.
Yeah.
A cookie duster.
Well, you were saying before that your wife has told you
Yeah,
there's
sure.
a prime
When I come
length.
near her, she touches it to see how soft it is. If it's too prickly, it's too short, she's like, get lost. But if it's all right in conditions, she's like, okay, you can have a kiss, but not a long one.
So you and Tom Selleck at this point are carrying the banner for the stashes on network TV.
Burt Reynolds, Jackie Gleason.
But you and Tom Selleck both on CBS. Now that I'm thinking about it, wait a second.
Big Blue, right?
Yeah. Blue Bloods. Yeah, that's
Big
right.
Blue.
So it's like the CBS thing. Anyway, all right. I've totally digressed.
I look like Tom Selleck.
Equally good-looking Billy. It
get
works
some
for
connections
him.
there, yeah.
Another storyline in the show is Abishola's eagerness for her son to become a successful doctor.
So Boehlke revealed that she, like her character's son, was pressured by her own Nigerian parents to go into law or politics over acting. Watch.
It had been a battle for a very long time, and coming to United States provided a sort of creative liberation for me, because now I was out of their eye, I was out of their sights, and I could tell them what I wanted and do what I wanted.
And kind of be far enough away so that...
Yeah, in fact, I'm named after the first female senior advocate of Nigeria.
Wow.
That's how much they were gonna guide me towards law. In retrospect, now that I'm older, I know that it was out of love. The arts wasn't big in Nigeria, as big then as it is now. And it was their way of shepherding me and caring for me and directing me towards something that seemed like it was gonna be a sustainable career.
And when it came to getting guidance for Billy's career, there was only one person's opinion that mattered to him. Take a look.
I got it early from my grandmother. Around 9 years old, I wanted to be a stand-up comic, and her opinion meant so much to me. When I asked her, do you think I could do that? And she said, yeah. I didn't ask anybody else. So that way, when someone told me that I couldn't, I was like, well, their opinion isn't more important than my grandmother's opinion. So, and I was on the road at, like, I don't know, 20, and I did comedy all over the country for about 10 years, and then I moved to Los Angeles, and a short 13 years later, I got my break on Mike and Molly, so 25 years doing overnight success, and I thought that was it. And then, God bless him, Chuck Lorre called me last year, and he said, I got an idea for a show. It's going to be special, and I think you're the guy for this, and I was blown away. I was like, absolutely, I'm in, man. I can't believe an opportunity like this is happening again, and this one just feels very special.
Yeah.
I feel proud when I go home. I feel like we're doing something good. I was almost done with Hollywood, man. I was about to leave, and Mike and Molly came in the 11th hour, and then, of course, that changed my life. And then, you know, that was a huge run. And then I had 3 years of off and doing guest starring things, and I was just kind of regulated to, okay, well, then I'll appear here and I'll appear there. The idea that I get the opportunity to be the center of a show again with a lovely co-star who's super talented, and actually do something that I think promotes kindness. I mean, that's really, I'm overpaid, man.
Now, you can tell they really love this show, and Billy mentions Mike and Molly. That series obviously such a hit. The chemistry and connection with the cast, very apparent. It still exists today.
We stay in touch with the whole cast. We all text each other, and they all called and wished me well. They saw the preview for this, and they were all very excited. My friend Reno, who played Carl, who was he's my brother from another mother. We were friends. We met on a show 10 years before Mike and Molly, and we got canceled after like 6 episodes, but we stayed friends. And he comes by, he drops by and sees us once in a while at the set.
Oh, cool.
She met Nyambi down at one
I
of
met him
the
10 years
press
ago.
conferences. Did you meet him before that? I didn't know
met him
that.
10 years ago, grad school callbacks.
Yeah.
And just really briefly, and then we met again in Miami a couple of months ago.
That cast knew what this cast knows, and if you trust each other and you're unafraid to trust each other, then it becomes special.
I was going to say, what's the biggest takeaway from doing Mike and Molly? Would that be it? Yeah.
Without question.
I love the support he's getting from the former cast members. It's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure to tune in to Bob Hart's Abishola when it premieres Monday, September 23rd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on CBS.
Our clients are real-life superstars.
Why am I getting actual chills, though?
This is your kitchen. Wow. This is crazy, man.
My God!
Netflix's new show, Styling Hollywood, is showing the glitz, the glam, the good, and some of the more challenging aspects of the fashion and design industry. We're seeing it through the lenses of celebrity stylist Jason Bolden and interior designer Adair Curtis.
Jason's the style guru for some of Hollywood's most influential women, while Adair takes on home design projects for a roster of A-listers. Very impressive. The show's a ton of fun, but one thing the married duo wants viewers to take away from it is that their jobs are not as glamorous as they may seem.
Yeah, there are glamorous moments across both, but it's totally not glamorous. We're schlepping bags and, you know, things are laid and you have to be a problem solver all the time.
People always see the Instagram or the carpet of it all. They
the
always see,
highlight,
they always see the end
highlight
result.
reel.
Yeah, they always see the end result, but no one knows. No one knows what it takes to get from A to B. It's just the funniest thing. I'm always like, I'm at this point now, I'm the annoying person because all the photographers scream at me. All, get out the way! I'm like, I'm trying to make this photo right. Yeah.
In the show, you can see these two are naturals on camera, but did they have any reservations before signing up for the show? They explained to us the one thing that almost held them back from filming.
Because we are so aesthetically driven, that we are so busy that we never completed our own house.
Oh, interesting.
It's like we're still in boxes, and like now it's in a process where we're literally like, oh, we're gonna move. So we literally.
So you never moving and never unpacked.
But I
really
think,
like partially.
Yeah, right.
It's like it's the craziest thing because we moved because.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
My husband has the thing about bathrooms.
Don't.
Oh, you moved for a bathroom.
I mean, the
better
bathroom,
bathroom.
actually, the
Very
bathroom
particular.
has to be absolutely perfect. Right? You spend so much time in the bathroom. I do. You spend so much time in the bathroom. I like to take baths. I like to read in the bathroom. I come up with my best ideas.
Oh, you want to be like an oasis.
I feel like the bathroom is like your private
he takes
oasis.
an extended poop, so he like really wants to have like a great
let's get real.
time.
Let's get real.
He like wants to have a great time, and he needs to be visually. It needs to be visually appealing to him, like
inspiring.
He needs the light to hit a certain way. He wants a window to look out. It's all these different things. Even when it comes down to where we stay, Adair will walk into a hotel and walk straight to the bathroom and be like, "We can't stay here," and I'm like, oh, "Okay."
So Adair and Jason are both good friends with Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade, who recently had a baby via surrogacy back in November of 2018. Now, early in Styling Hollywood, we learned that Adair and Jason are on a mission to have a little baby of their own. They share what their friend's journey taught them and the advice that they shared.
I think the biggest thing is really not to take it personal, to not detach yourself, immerse yourself in the process, and just, you know, as much as possible lean on each other.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're like, Jason's gonna be the only person to really understand exactly what you're feeling, what you're going through, because he's going through it at the same exact time.
Yeah.
So lean into that and it'll bring you closer.
Yeah. Did it seem that they were ever close to giving up? Is that something that...
No.
Oh, have you met them?
They don't give up.
They don't know. They're so confused. There is no giving up.
They're both hardcore athletes in that sense, where they are like striving to the finish line.
Yeah.
You both keep a list of baby names, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so have you decided on one yet?
We like a few names. Jason likes a few names different than what I like.
Yeah, we like some
have
different
some
names.
overlap though. We have a lot of overlap.
We have two overlap.
Yes.
Okay.
Very, very strong.
Yeah.
Very strong.
But you know what we've found is that every time we say a baby name that we think we like out loud and to any one of our friends, they have a baby before us.
Yeah.
And then they name the baby that name.
No way. You gotta stop saying it.
People are stealing our name.
They stole our name. They stole our name, and I was like, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, Jason is the stylist to some of Hollywood's biggest stars like Yara Shahidi, Taraji P. Henson, Ava DuVernay, Janet Mock, and more. Jason breaks down his secret to snagging these A-listers.
We jot down names that we really want to work with, and it's just they kind of just come to fruition.
Yeah.
Like I remember I did Yara Shahidi's name, and like a week later, I get a call from my agent being like, someone wants to meet you, Yara Shahidi. I was like, oh, I like start panicking. I'm like, and I literally go get the vision board and I send it to her there, and I'm like,
you manifested it.
She's on there. It's really bizarre. So we've been really, really lucky in the sense of like I think we're more excited than nervous.
Yeah.
The excitement is it's like so overwhelming.
Yeah, for younger stars like Yara, you know, she's still kind of new, figuring out what trends, what she likes. What kind of questions do you ask her to figure out her style and what you want to put her in?
I mean, Yara's a bit different in that sense as being a younger star. She has a point of view, and her reference always goes back to happy and joy. Like, she's one that does not take fashion serious. She wants to have a good time. And it's just, when it comes to her, like, I instantly think about things that she can move. And actually, the ongoing joke is she has to be able to do the robot in all of her clothes.
That's funny.
So it's like, if I literally pick that way. From like her going to the Met and Chanel Couture and then following by Custom Prada, it's like those things, could she dance in those things? So it's like thinking, it's always thinking in the line of like happiness and joy and like literally a party.
For your fittings, I'm imagining you're actually doing the dancing.
Oh,
Does she-
of course.
You're like, okay, this passes the test.
Always, she's like, yep, I can do it. I'm like, got it, guys, we got it.
Adair and Jason are unfazed by the new attention their show brings them, even if it's several shout-outs from Ava DuVernay.
It's so bizarre because Adair and I actually run from it. We literally run from it. And then it's like, we're so like embedded in the work. Like, and when that happened, it's like we're getting calls from people like it was so funny, like the first time something hit and it was like a publication said something about us and the text message came from Ava. She was like, did you see this?
She was the one telling him, like, hey, did you see this?
I was like, what? What are you talking about? And the ongoing joke, I was like, I gotta get back to finding your Emmy's dress. Like, that was like the banter between us, and she laughs. But it's just like, to have that type of support from someone like an Ava, who is, again, like someone who's shifting the culture and constantly giving people a chance and an opportunity, to have her say that and just to kind of live and love that journey with us, there's no amount of anything that could ever replace that.
I'm so excited to see Ava at the Emmys.
Me
See what
too.
she wears.
Me too.
Yeah, how do you even start with her thinking of what to put her in for the Emmys?
I mean, it's funny because this particular time, like we went from something, the Exonerated Five, really talking about them and wanting to say how it ended at this glorious kind of high note where like they reclaim their power in a sense. So we're thinking about that type of thing. Like, how can we evoke that on the carpet? Like the happiness, the joy, the strength, the power.
It's all
those
about
five. So it's like with her, it's like it was literally thinking about that, and she sent me a couple of references, and I was like, whoa, shocking.
Okay.
So it's good. It's good. It's going to be interesting.
So talking about the Emmys was pretty inevitable. It's right around the corner. The Emmys is this Sunday on the 22nd. We will be there. Woo! And Jason will be styling several of his clients. So we had to talk about what Jason is expecting to see, what he's looking forward to, what he's not looking forward to, and more. Watch.
How do you change a tux up? So many different ways.
Well, see Billy Porter.
Billy Porter, okay, that's a great example. Do you have a trend that you predict, or maybe a statement that we'll see repeatedly this coming award season from the fellas?
It's probably gonna be color.
Yeah.
It's one of the easiest things. I'm doing something really, really kind of amazing with Angel, who is also one of the stars of Pose, and we're gonna try something that's a little bit different.
Are you still skeptical of feathers? I know that was a thing.
I'm better.
Yeah.
You've come around to it a bit.
I'm better. I actually saw a dress yesterday.
I was gonna say yesterday there was a dress.
Yeah, Adair came with me to go look at a dress. I was looking at Ava's dress, and it was a dress on one of the forms and had feathers, and I like beeline to it. I was like, ooh.
And initially you didn't like the feathers because it reminded you of pigeons.
Pigeons, they stress me out. Like, New York pigeons are so aggressive, they stress me out.
Yeah. Is there a red carpet trend from last season that you hope we do not see again?
This past season that happened, I think everybody played it a bit safe. I think it was a bit safe. So I just think that I just want everybody to have fun. I don't want, like everyone's so serious, so just very serious. I think it's supposed to be fashion. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to go out and celebrate. Just have a good time.
Like turn it a little more into like the Met Gala.
Yeah. I want to see. I literally want to see people be fashion.
Is there a person you think will surprise us the most, or that you'll maybe have your eye on in terms of a style, fashion moment on the carpet?
Ella Balenska from Charlie's Angels.
Okay.
I mean, she's 6 feet tall. Like, she is like, she's an
Yeah.
athlete, but she is like, she's badass.
Yeah, and then accessories. Is there a trend that you think we're going to see? Adair, if you have any opinions too on the fashion.
I typically just, let my husband do what he does. Go ahead, tell us.
I know we're going all in on Emmys. It's right around the corner.
I know, like I'm here for it. I want to hear it.
You know what's so funny? When it comes to jewelry, I think that it would be really interesting to see people just focus on one piece. Because I love one strong piece. Statement piece. Look at you. That was
You know, I know all the
That was good.
And finally, on the list here, a couple that you're maybe looking forward to seeing. Like, for example, I just think about Nick Jonas, Priyanka Chopra. They always make a statement.
I'm like Gabrielle and Dwyane Wade, like union, like hands down, like they're always a great, great moment. But I always love to see Jessica and Justin.
Yeah.
I love to see them because they just look good.
I know.
And they actually look like they like each other. And those two I can see, I'm like, oh, they actually like each other. They look like they have a good time. I want to have cocktails with them.
We do too. You can catch Jason and Adair on Styling Hollywood, streaming now on Netflix.
All right, we're taking one last look at our People poll. We've been asking you to vote on what type of cheese is your favorite to put on a burger.
Does cheddar still
think
take
cheddar
it?
is holding strong and American.
You know what? My wife and I have been on a little kick lately. A couple times we've gone to a little burger place and just had the basic cheeseburger.
Yeah.
So perfectly good.
What kind of cheese was on it?
Cheddar cheese. So we're on
I
trend.
still stand by Swiss.
Yeah.
I also like Gouda, but I don't think that really goes well on a cheeseburger. I don't know.
All right. We're going to be asking you a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now. Tune in for that. Coming up tomorrow, dude, where's Sean William Scott? Well, he's going to be here. That's a dude, where's my car thing. We're talking with him all about his new psychological horror film. It's called Bloodline.
Plus, we'll have even more from our interview with Tito Jackson. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from singer Melanie Martinez. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Melanie Martinez, and this is One Last Thing. The last show I binged watched was Pen 15.
It's happening. I guess he loves me or whatever.
The last time I was starstruck, I don't think that I have been starstruck yet, but if I met someone like Bjork, I'd probably be starstruck for sure. The last song I had stuck in my head, probably introspective, Oliver Tree.
There it was so introspective.